YouTube, it is I, Sir Karma, coming to you with a little 1v1 action against Matt_9216. Clearly better than the model Nat_9215. He's actually a friend of the channel. He's commented a few times. We played him a few times. He's a good guy. And he brought a very interesting build here of Wood Elves against my Nagaraith and Eleanor, the Brave. So this is a matchup that it's always a little fun one because it's like they're both very skirmishy. So we're gonna let it play because it's as you can see it's a long battle. So what did I bring? So I brought a bunch of spearmen because of their silver shields, and of course I'm not really worried about their infantry. I sort of popped up on this little hill here to ward off wild riders because we have that cliff face. Obviously, use the terrain to our advantage. We have the Sisters of Avalorn. We have the Shadow Warriors. We have Shadow Walkers. More Shadow Warriors. Lothran Seaguard with shields with some spears to move them around in case we have to kill some wild riders. A Light Wizard again to deal with wild riders, and that's pretty much it. And then the Heralds of the Wind, alongside a unit of Silver Helms. Although Heralds of the Wind have never performed for me. Their stats are so good. I'll just keep it playing. Their stats are so good. I mean, they have comparable stats to these guys. They actually have better stats. Maybe a little bit less health and a little bit less armor, obviously. But yeah, and they're so fast, but I don't know. Their charge bonus is 40. It's quite high. I never get utility out of them. I never get value out of them. And it's really frustrating because I feel like they should be better than they are. In any case, that's my build. Over here, he's gone a very interesting build. So a lot of spears, and then a ton of Glade Guard. I guess the idea is he's going to counter snipe us with his Glade Guard rather, a couple of War Dancers, some Dryads, and he brought 2 Waystalkers alongside a Princess, or Glade Lord rather, who with the archer, with the bow and arrow rather. Getting everything wrong today. And then some Dryads on the flanks. So no Spellcaster, but a very wide build, all infantry focused. I don't think he has any Wild Riders. So his idea was just to try and, trade fire with us. So he basically brought very similar builds, but at this point we're going to have to move out of the line. I have the Light Wizard hidden in there in case there were Wild Riders, so I'm going to keep her in there. Might as well. The thing is about, oh shit, we're going to see how this Moonbow goes. And it's a big fucking miss. Did no damage. Oh, it did a little bit of damage. Got 0 kills, but it pumped those guys on their asses and it left some blue nonsense. So that was kind of a waste. But now we're gonna start firing into his his Glade Lord, and of course we do have the range advantage with Eleanor. He is the best bow in the business, as they say. So we're gonna just obviously pick away at them when we can. There's no healing, so this is just straight damage that they're taking. I don't know why he's standing still. There he comes. Now he's probably getting back into formation. But each shot is just doing good damage, and we're actually hitting these guys in the back as well, so getting some model kills, which is nice. But now we're in range rather. So we're gonna start firing these Dryads. Probably the worst target to fire at. Well, they have silver shields, they have better armor. It's hard to say. But yeah, they're gonna cut through my spears. But yeah, he's gonna advance right in, and then we're gonna pull our Cav here and try and get in the back line the second we have a chance. You just see arrows going left and right. He gets hit by he's getting hit by these double Waystalkers. And it's just doing so much damage. You can see, and he got hit by the arrows of Kurnos, so yeah, it's not looking great for him. We do have the Signs of Methelhan in there to help. I don't know what happened to these guys. I spawned a sneaky guy. So the sneaky guy's coming out. He's trying to roundabout with his Dryads, but I'm not too concerned. We're going to laser them down. Although, do they have a magic resist? They have a physical resist, in fact, so that's going to do a lot of damage. Now we're going to pop our Cav. As you can see, the engagement across the front line with the arrows is pretty atrocious for both sides. I don't know why they're not firing at these guys. I almost certainly had them firing there, but what can you do? We do have a Light Wizard. We are losing Shadow Warriors, but he should be focusing on our Shadow Walkers. We do have this Cav in now, and we're going to get some rear charges here. So we're going to get a nice get there, but a great net of Ammontok was huge. It was a very good play on here. But over here, we do have Eleanor, pretty much wiping out these Dryads. We're going to get these guys a charge on them because they don't have, there's tons of damage from those Silver Helms. And we're going to pull right through and try and get onto his archers. But there are just archers everywhere, and then these guys are very damaged. We're going to move around, but meanwhile, we're at least disrupting the back lines. Things aren't going amazing for us, and they are sniping out our Light Wizard, which is not good. But we have pretty much routed off a bunch of his archers, which is good for us. But I'm gonna get them netted right there, so they can't move. Unfortunately, we only got the one unit, but we were able to get some nice rear charges in there and do some good damage. We're actually gonna charge after his Lord at this point. But meanwhile, Eleanor is still being picked away by their Waystalkers, and he's just taking tons and tons of damage. And there's just a lot of guys coming through at this point. A lot of bows still firing, but a lot of guys coming through. We are gonna try and get his Lord, but it's not gonna be the greatest engagement for us. Probably would have been better off just going for his archers. But yeah, we are stabilizing this front. I should be firing at these guys or the archers. I'm doing neither. I don't know really what I'm firing at. But again, if this center breaks, we're in trouble. So I don't know. It's hard to say. But it's definitely a contentious battle here. These guys should have kept moving. I don't. Were those micro on them? Yeah, that's probably the game right there. Well, that was a silly move at least. Probably the worst play of the game, I meant. But yeah, we just let these guys get caught for nothing. That was really bad. So that's poor micro on my part. But we are pushing the left flank here. We do have some arrows now finally coming to these guys, which I should have been doing the whole time. Just, you know, archer fire left and right. These guys got hit, and it's too late for them. They're stuck. They're dead. That was really silly. But I do have at least these guys can fire some bows in there and do some damage. If these guys get around, yeah, now the center is broken. We're in very, very bad shape. I wish I had another net. I don't know if I do. But the good thing is we will, of course, beat the spearmen, but these guys will do very well in that engagement. But Eleanor, with his support, he might be able to help, but he is getting sniped out, so it's very dangerous for him. Meanwhile, there's not many archers left on my opponent's side, but his infantry is winning the battle. We're going to come in here and do some damage. Losing losing those silver helms was huge. I don't know why I charged in there. That was ridiculous. What was I thinking? I have no idea. I have no idea what I was thinking. What did I do? Why did I do that? Oh my god, that was crazy. Yeah, that was a really bad play. So I just wasted my cav for no reason. So yeah, do as I say, not as I do. That was terrible play. What was I thinking? I have no idea, guys. This was a long time ago. This is before the Road of Trials happened, so I have no idea what I was doing there. So combat done fucked up. But it's still a fun battle. Elfnar is, of course, getting murdered, as you expect, by the two snipers on the other side. I probably should have pulled them back at this point. But no, we are stabilizing our front line at least. But Elfnar is about to go down. And he still has a very healthy leadership core. And there's a lot of time in this battle left. His lord is going to hide over there. That's fine. I let some spearmen just run around. We don't have a lot of arrows left. We do have the Shadow Warriors, who have good melee stats, and so do the Shadow Warriors, who have amazing melee stats. So we have the melee advantage. So it definitely wasn't over just yet. We are getting good shots in here and doing good damage. Our sisters are, of course, very, very alive, and we're going to start shooting at these units, I guess. But I don't know why they're focusing. Maybe I'm focusing on this guy. That seems crazy. I feel like I should be shooting at that unit. They're just not doing. They're not getting. I guess it's the angle of the hill. It's just not doing great. But yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of fire being exchanged left across the front lines. I'm bringing these guys back. These units are way over in the corner, but they've done what they need to do. They wiped out my whole cav contingent, basically for free. That was really stupid of me. I should be shooting again at his archers. There's no reason to shoot these guys. We can kill them in melee. But yeah, they're almost out of ammo. We're almost out of ammo. The fight's coming to its necessary conclusion here, although the balance bar is very, very heavily in my opponent's favor. But as you can see, there's a lot of time left, so miracles do happen. They are wiping these guys out. Again, the balance bar is also being swayed by the fact that he has tons of leadership left, and I do not. My wizard is. I'm running my wizard away just for the leadership buff. I don't want to lose I don't want to lose the balance bar, or basically do the balance bar rather, because we do have a very, very good melee core that can do a lot of damage to everything, especially the glade guards. I mean, all they have left really are these way watchers and some spears, but again, we'll even beat spears with our shadow walkers. So I was hoping the shadow walkers can really carry the day here. But we're gonna see. There are still some arrows left. They're gonna get a downhill charge, which is unfortunate. But I think I'm gonna put some shots on them. No. And then they're just getting shot up, and then the drags are reactivated. We're gonna start chasing them a little bit. But yeah, so we'll speed it up a little bit, just to, there's a little bit more firing here. Exchange of fire, little arrows of Kronos comes through. Nothing crazy going on here. It gets better as the battle goes on. But yeah, as you can see, it's very much in their favor, but we still, again, have those very healthy unit of Shadow Walkers somewhere, although they're less healthy than they used to be. Yeah, at this point, yeah, it's just not looking good for me. But we're going to get these Shadow Warriors in here to fight the... Oh, it's these guys that are going to sway it. Yeah, so these guys are obviously going to do well against Shadow Warriors and Shadow Walkers. And then, yeah, and then there's not a whole lot we can do at this point. So I will speed it up, so I will give it away. It wasn't... The miracles do not happen. I try and be a little sneaky here. I try and get a little, use my nets and use some finagling, but really it's just War Dancers. There's nothing I can do against those War Dancers. Even with the Sister of Avalar and their pretty high melee stats, it's not going to be enough to take care of these guys, so... Victory shall come for Matt 2-9. Oh, I forgot these guys in the corner. But yeah, a lot of terrible plays on my part. If I kept my cav alive, even half better than I did before. Why did I say there was 2 minutes left? Interesting. Yeah, so really the tale of the tape here is I poorly mismanaged guys horribly. When I charged them in there. Both of these cav units. I have no idea why I did that. But other than that, I think it was a fun battle. And it really, we actually won the crossfire between the two of our factions. Signs of Mathland are pretty good because we weren't going to use too much magic. I knew that, so they would be able to provide that resist to everyone in the front line, which was nice, but ultimately came down to losing my cav. Had I kept these guys alive and just pulled them away from that engagement, and also not charged them in and thrown them away, I might have been able to clean up some of these archers, and then we could have used Save 'em our bows for these Azrai Spear, and it would have been a different story, maybe. But yeah, definitely a fun battle, and it's definitely a fun matchup, Nargothrond versus Wood Elves, because you can just get a lot of kind of fiery back and forth. Of course, Nargothrond is not the best Wood Elf variant to take against Wood Elves, because, best High Elf variant against Wood Elves, because they don't have... Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter. You're just losing. Like, Alariel is probably better in this matchup, or Teclis. Both have a little bit more utility than Olithanar, although he is fun. And I like the fact that he can snipe further than any Wood Elf player can, although he can be counter-sniped himself, as you saw. In any case, guys, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you around the bend.